So guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video, and today's preview is going to be tomorrow's game as Manchester United take on Newcastle at St James's Park, as Manchester United look for revenge for what they did to us in the Carabao Cup, obviously eliminating us from that competition. So it's going to preview it today. So if you do enjoy, please make sure to give it a like. If you are new to the channel and want to subscribe and have not done so, make sure you guys are hitting that red button. It would help out the channel a lot. And also make sure to comment your score predictions and your thoughts going into the game tomorrow. And also, I've got my first Manchester United retro kit, guys, so let me know your thoughts down below. I absolutely love it, guys, but I want to get your thoughts on it as well, so make sure to get that included in the comment section. But anyway, guys, let's get on to the preview. So, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. kickoff, St James's Park, Newcastle taking on Manchester United, and I'm very excited for this game. I've still not got over what happened midweek in the Champions League game. I'm just thinking about it every single time I watch that mistake from Andre Onana. It gets worse and worse, and it just makes me realise, how can you be a keeper and not be saving that? It's crazy. I've heard so many people saying he shouldn't be a keeper. He's more of an outfield player, so why isn't he playing outfield in one of the starting 11 places? It's very weird to me. But yeah, just what I saw was just unbelievable. Especially in a game like that, away from home, when you've got the lead as well, when you're comfortable in a high-pressure environment, and you go and make another mistake like that. It's unforgivable. That was my title in the reaction video. It just is. And of course, I'm going to stick behind these players, because they deserve it. What we're going through at the moment, we have to stick through these players. And obviously, we're not going to get Ten Hag or any of the players coming out blaming Onana, because obviously that's not what they're going to do. They're going to come out there, they're going to back him, and Ten Hag's going to stick with him. I was going to talk about whether he may drop him today or for the game tomorrow, but he isn't going to. I can tell you that now. He's going to stick by Onana, just like he stuck by Rashford all this time. And yes, he's still not come to his best. And yes, we don't agree with it still. But he's going to stick by these players. That's what we know about Ten Hag. He has an 11, which he wants to stick to at the moment. Yes, he's fallen out with some players, and that's a different situation. But what Ten Hag likes to do is stick with the 11 he trusts. And that's what he's going to do. That's why Maguire's on the side at the moment. That's why Lindelof's on the side at the moment. Because they're players that Ten Hag has a lot of trust in. And at the moment, in the league-wise, we're doing really well. They are rewarding him for trusting in them. But, you know, that's what it is at the moment. But Andre Onana is going to play tomorrow. And I'm going to back him because he has been good. But again, there's just times where there's just been so many mistakes this season. So many unforgivable mistakes, which just cannot happen in a Manchester United side. Manchester United cannot have a goalkeeper making that many mistakes. And how many games are we in already? And I can assure you there's going to be plenty more. And for me, Andre Onana is a keeper that can have 6 or 7 games, and we can put our faith into him, but we know what's waiting around the corner is a mistake like that. And it's not just a bad mistake, it's an horrific mistake. I'll tell you what, if the Champions League game the other day against Galatasaray, say Onana was injured, and say we had no Tom Heaton, and say we had no Biandir, whatever his name is, say we had none of those available, and we had to put a youth keeper in there, I'll tell you what, if a youth keeper is making that mistake, which I don't think he does, to be honest, but if he does make that mistake that Onana did, he's never seeing a starting 11 place in a Manchester United team in his lifetime. He's just not. And some people are saying that should be the same for Onana. But again, it's not going to happen, is it? But I just wanted to get my thoughts on that, because I just watch it every time and it just haunts me so much. Because that could be, well, Andre Onana, realistically, if we go out of the Champions League, which we probably will, is going to cost us a place. It's as simple as that. And you have to say it how it is. But yeah, let's stop talking about Andre Onana. I'm going to back these players. I'm going to back my goalkeeper to do well. And hopefully he has a good performance on Saturday, because he is going to need it. But it's a very, very tough game going into it. Right now in the table, Manchester United sit in 6th place on 24 points, 2 points behind Spurs, who I think play on Sunday. And if we can win against Newcastle, we will go 4 points above them. And that's just crazy to me. Imagine saying that a few weeks ago, that we'd be close to Newcastle and we would be, you know, around the top 4 places. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. It was the international break game, which I went to myself, there's no way, we're not doing well. But I looked at the table and I thought to myself, looking from the outside, it's not that bad, is it? It's not that bad. So we can go 4 points above Newcastle if we win on Saturday. But I'll tell you what, even though Newcastle are depleted right now, they're having to play a bare 11, but they're still going toe-to-toe with Chelsea. They beat them 4-1 with a bare 11 and literally no subs. You look at their subs bench, there's nobody on there who you recognise. PSG midweek, toe-to-toe with PSG and got robbed at the end from a win. They're a very, very good side. And they can manage these injuries with the way they play because the players believe in what the manager wants them to do and they can put out on the pitch. And that's what we're seeing at the moment from them. So they just beat Chelsea 4-1, like I said. So it's not going to be an easy game. And St James's Park is not the place you want to go. It's really not the place you want to go on a Saturday night after they just won 4-1 and got robbed in the Champions League. Because that place is going to be buzzing. We know every team that goes there suffers. We're not going to keep a clean sheet, I can assure you of that now. And if we do, I will be very, very impressed because only a few teams go there and can keep a clean sheet. It's one of the most difficult places to go. We've seen it before and we need revenge for that game in the Carabao Cup. And that's what we're going for as well. But as I mentioned, I've been impressed. I've been happy with how we're getting over the line. And it's only because Ten Hag has realised at the moment he has to win this way. He has to win this way, and that's what we're doing at the moment. It may not be lovely football. It may not be what we want to see. But with the injuries we have and how depleted we are at the moment, I know we're getting some back, which is the main thing. But he has to win like this. And the main thing which I'm really happy about is he's finding a way to do it. Some managers, if they have a style they like to play, they might not want to change it. And if they do, they might not get the reward for doing it. But Ten Hag right now has changed it. He's realised that. And he's still getting the points on the board. What is it? 5 out of our last 6 have been wins for Manchester United. Like, we're on a good spell at the moment. I'm not going to say we're back. We're nowhere near back from what I saw last season. And there's still a long, long way to go. And I don't think we'll be back all season, considering the injuries and how we're having to play at the moment. And we're going to have to play that again on Saturday night because Newcastle, they're going to be on it from day one. They are going to be on it from minute one, and they are going to attack us and they're going to look to win this game. Even with the depleted injuries, but we can expose that. Because if these players get tired, like we saw against PSG, you're going to get the chances. You are going to get your chances and you have to take them. Unlike we did in that Galatasaray game towards the end of the game. So there's going to be a lot of chances for Manchester United in this game to win this one. And again, another 3 points here would be absolutely massive. To go away to St James's Park and win that game is something Manchester United need to do. I do think we can do it. So I'm excited for the game. But team-wise, guys, Kobbie Mainoo, for you, does he start? Because for me, he has to be in that team. He proved it in the Everton game, was the most experienced player on that pitch, our best player as well, man of the match on the day. And he came on midweek at, I think it was like at 3-3 maybe at 3-2 to Manchester United. And he looked like the most experienced player in that team again. His composure is elite. His tenacity is elite. His understanding of the game at his age is elite. And he's a player that we need in this team so we can handle the midfield well, especially in a game going to St James's Park against Newcastle, against the likes of Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton. It's going to be physical. And if we can trust one person to calm things down in that midfield and just play simple and understand it, it's going to be Kobbie Mainoo. So he has to be in this team for me tomorrow night. That's one person who has to be in there. Garnacho at the moment is playing fantastic. He's really playing fantastic at the moment. Garnacho scored again in midweek against Galatasaray. Well taken goal. Of course, scored the overhead kick, which I'm just watching. Still watching to this day over and over again. So he needs to be in the team. And Anthony played well. So I don't think there's a space for Rashford. But talking about team selection, guys, I will put my team on the screen now. So guys, there we have it. That's my team going into it. Let me know your thoughts down below. I have got Anthony in there this time because I do think he played well in midweek. The Galatasaray game was the best I've seen Anthony in a very, very long time. And he just looked like he was doing things differently. He was actually taking on his man. He was making the right decisions. He was calming down play. He was doing nothing silly. He was making no mistakes. It was his best game for a very long time. And I was impressed with what I'm seeing. So I think him right wing, Garnacho on the left and Højlund up top has to be what we go with tomorrow night. It has to be. And then Bruno in behind him, who at the moment is just playing fantastic as well. He's been a real captain for this team at the moment. The stuff he did with Rashford, the goal the other day, the amount of last-minute winners he's getting, how controlled he is in the midfield as well. He's playing well at the moment. And there's some pundits saying he shouldn't be our captain. Like, shut up. I don't want to hear anything about Bruno Fernandes because there's a reason he's captain, he's earned it, and he's doing his job well. And that's all I want him to do. So he goes in the team. And obviously I would start Amrabat, but I just don't think at the moment he's playing well. So I do expect McTominay to be in there again with Lindelof and, of course, Maguire as a centre-backs, Shaw and Wan-Bissaka as right back. And I know Onana keeps his place for me because we just know it's going to happen. He's not going to play Bayındır. He's not going to risk it, is he? So that's my team down below, guys. But let me know your thoughts down below. And also let me know what changes. Or if you keep a similar team to what you just saw on screen. And now, guys, a bit about Newcastle. So right now, they sit 1 point behind us in 7th on 23 points. And the last couple of results, drew 1-1 with PSG. Again, I thought they were robbed in that game. They absolutely thrashed Chelsea 4-1. Lost to Bournemouth 2-0, which again was unexpected. And it was a rough game for them, but I just think it was a one-off situation. They won 1-0 against Arsenal. Of course, they drew 2-2 against Wolves. Had a few results in the Champions League and Cup go their way. Beat Palace 4-0. Drew to West Ham. So they've had a really good start to the season. It's how we expected it to go. Eddie Howe once again is showing how good of a manager he really is and how good this team for Newcastle is at the moment as well, even though they do have a lot of injuries. So it's going to be a very, very tough game. We know their key players. Isaac, for me, I've been really, really impressed with Alexander Isaac, up front for Newcastle this season. He just looks lethal. He's scoring goals, big goals as well. He's getting in the right positions. But we know there are other threats as well. Gordon settling into that Newcastle team now. Almiron, Bruno Guimaraes, Callum Wilson's off. He's injured. And apparently they've just got a few more injuries as well. So they are really down to the bare bones now from their team. But it's a perfect time in a way to play this Newcastle side. Load of injuries. Yes, they're high on confidence and they have every right to be, but we've got to start well and we've got to expose them. We've got to expose them, and once they get tired, we can really finish off this Newcastle team. And I hope we do, and I'm confident of getting a result. It's the most confident I've been for a very long time with this Manchester United team, just because of the way we're playing. And it's not Champions League football, so we're not going to concede 3 or 4 goals in this one, I can assure you of that one. But yeah, final thoughts going into the game. We've been on a roll and we have to continue. We have to keep on going how we're doing it at the moment. Win by any means necessary is the way to go in this game tomorrow night. I just hope you start well again. Okay, we started well at Everton, and yes, we let them get back into it. And I can guarantee you Newcastle are going to get chances. But as I've mentioned, this game is really going in our favour with the injuries and how we can play it. But St James's Park, we know the atmosphere is going to be rocking there. It is going to be toxic. Any team that goes there will struggle, but we've got to man up to it. We have to rise up to this occasion and hopefully get another result, and we can move above Spurs for the time being as well, and hopefully by the end of the week as well, because they play City. So we could actually be in a very good position come the end of the weekend. But yeah, guys, final score predictions. I'm going to say Manchester United to win this game 3-1. I'm gonna say a lot of goals. We scored 3 against Everton. I think it's gonna be 3-1. I think it'll be a very close first half. I think it'll be 1-1 at the break. But then the second half, they get tired, no one to bring on, and we will expose them. Lascelles at the back. Imagine Højlund against Lascelles. That's going to be a good battle. You got Rashford if he does play, but Anthony on there. Garnacho can be effective in this game. So yeah, hopefully we see a lot of goals will be good and a good performance as well. But yeah, guys, that's my final score prediction. 3-1 to United. Let me know your thoughts down below. Please subscribe to the channel. Of course, let me know what you guys think of the shirt. Leave your score predictions down below. And hopefully, guys, tomorrow night, it'll be another positive result for Manchester United. But anyway, guys, that's me done. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.